Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming, and we're revisiting a arcade game that we've already played on the channel, Mercs, because the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive version has its own unique, completely original set of levels, which I'm going to take you through today. So first of all, I'm just going to set my options. We're playing original mode, we'll play normal difficulty. A is our Mega Crash attack, rapid fire is on, that is very important for this mode. And so we begin original mode. Now, the main difference between original mode and the arcade mode is that you do not have continues as such in this mode. Instead, each character, who can only use one weapon, will have their own life bar, and you have to get through the game unlocking new characters as you go, which in turn gives you access to new weapons. And you can revive characters that have been knocked out, but once your whole team is knocked out, that's it, game over, no continues. So in one sense it's more difficult, but in the other sense it's easier because you have the chance to restore your health more often and you're not tied to a set number of continues. Anyway, basic plot, president has ordered us to go in and take out these missiles that are threatening the country. So in we go. Level 1 is the coast. Stylistically it's similar to the arcade game, but there's a few subtle differences. One of the major differences is that each level has its own little secrets. So you see there, that little secret off to the side there. So we start out, our default character is the rifleman. Now these medals are currency, which you can use to upgrade your weapons, restore your health, extend your energy bar, all kinds of things as and when needed. But for now, we're just focusing on collecting medals and getting through this first section unscathed. Because we can't unlock another character until level 2, so if we get knocked out in level 1, that is it, game over. Now there's more secrets over here. Extra Mega Crash attack and some extra medals. So you'll find orange boxes marked, I think it's DM or DH. Those are your weapon upgrades. Each time you get one of those, you upgrade your weapon by 1 point. So keep an eye out for those. And of course, first aid kits as well. White first aid kits restore about half your health. Yellow first aid kits completely restore your health, but those are rarer. Okay, we're on to the boss now. So it's the same boss as level 1 of the arcade. Pretty simple stuff. Mission 1 is clear. So now we move on to mission 2, the forest, where we will in a moment unlock our first new character. And my personal favourite. So you notice that the speed of my character went up there as I collected those speed boots. I'll just give you a brief overview of the character's stats. So far I've got 1 rifle upgrade and 2 speed upgrades. So you'll see there how far the weapon can be upgraded to its maximum. Now if we enter here, this is our first shop. So Burner has joined the party. And here we can buy various upgrades. So I'm going to buy a weapon upgrade and I'm going to give it to Burner just to get him off to a good start. And we'll buy an extra Mega Crash attack for him as well. And this extends our life gauge, so I'll give that to Burner as well. Now these little information hints will help you find secrets and also give you information to help you avoid some of the more dangerous elements that are specific to each level. We're going to use that for Burner because he needs some extra speed. So that the secret hint that we got there told us that the fences can be broken to allow access to secret areas. So that was what we just did there. Over here, there's another Mega Crash attack. And it's in level 2 where it really starts to deviate from the original arcade game, because the boss here is different and some of the enemies are different as well. So yeah, it's from level 2 onwards where you really start to notice that this is a completely different game, albeit it's using the same mechanics. It's almost like you're getting a sequel for free, basically. I think I said it during the arcade playthrough, it really is a shame that Capcom have done nothing with this franchise, because it is just screaming out for a revival. So we go along here, and what you want to do is check every horizontal angle to see what's available to you. And of course, don't touch the dynamite, because, well, that's not a very smart thing to do generally. Okay, another upgrade for our flamethrower. Okay, that roast ham there will give us some extra health, which is much needed at this point. And now this is the boss. As you can see, once you take out that main turret, it becomes pretty easy. So now on to mission 3. The cliffs. And we will get our third character shortly, although in my opinion the weakest character. That's Launcher, so called because he carries a grenade launcher. So, now this here is an elixir. If any of my characters had been killed up to this point, I could have used that to restore them to life, but no one's been killed yet, thankfully, so we don't need to worry about that. I am going to give Launcher an upgrade, because I want to try and upgrade everybody equally. Okay, that'll do us for now. Yep, so there is an armor, body armor available on this level if you are careful and you know where to look for it, which I do, so we will get that momentarily. But first we're going to go over here, get another little bonus. Little shortcut here that avoids some enemies and gets us some pretty useful power-ups. It is a little difficult to see the bullets amidst this, with this kind of misty haze that this level has. Thankfully this is only for part of the level, though it clears as you get to higher ground. So what you need, when you open up a dynamite like that, just wait for it to explode before you move on. Don't try and walk over it, because it will blow you to smithereens. Right, Launcher needs a Mega Crash, so we'll give him that. As you can see, his weapon's not really up to much at the moment. It needs to be upgraded, but we can do that later on. Health pack, that's very welcome at this juncture. Here are some speed boots. We'll give those to Rifle because Burner's speed is already at the max. However, over here we want to be careful because there is a secret available, as long as we're smart about it. There you go. So Burner now has the flak jacket, which will give him extra protection from damage. Because he's going to be my main throughout this game, so... Right, we will restore Rifle's health. And I think that's all we need for now. Let's move on. We'll give that to Launcher. wait for these to explode. And now on we go. Now another little secret over here. You can do an Indiana Jones style leap of faith over this black hole here and access some goodies. Now who needs what? I think, right, Burner needs the health, but the extra life bar could go to Launcher. So can that. And we'll give these two to Burner. I think that's fair enough. The cheeseburger might be tempting, but it is just better to go this way actually, because you avoid those dynamites, which can be problematic. Notice how I'm checking every horizontal as we move across to make sure I don't miss any crates or anything. You know, a whole load of medals there that we almost missed. Some spinach. And we're coming up on the boss now. So we're clear of the haze, and here is the boss, which I think is a reworking of the boss from the second or third level of the original arcade game. We've got 5 Mega Crash attacks here, so we can afford to use a few of them. And he's down. On to mission 4. This is where Burner really comes into his own. He's definitely the best character for this mission. There's all of these little knife men that will pop up there, and Burner is just perfect for taking them out. Just one quick swipe of his flamethrower will get them. I say that just as I get tagged by one of them, but you get my drift. Okay, so just be careful here. Once we're out of the bog, those guys won't attack us for a little while, so that's good. Now, so we've got Laser on board now. Now, Laser's weapon is good for bosses, not much good for anything else. So we're going to get that fully upgraded as quickly as we can. We'll give him an extra Mega Crash as well, just for luck. Okay. So we're sticking with Burner now, but when we get to the boss, we may well bring Laser out, depending on where his power-ups are at. Now, here we have the opportunity to bump Laser up to full power. As you can see, his weapon is just a single laser beam. Pretty useless in normal gameplay, but very powerful against bosses. So we'll put him away for now, and we'll save him for the boss. Now, we don't want to go there, although those crates are tempting us. We want to go over here, because we'll get more stuff if we do. There we go. So we're moving through now quite rapidly. Okay, little boating adventure now. I'm going to get out here. Now, let the dynamite explode, and then we can get the medals. I say always watch out for dynamite. Whenever you destroy any crates, just hold back for a second to make sure they're not dynamite. Right. You know, I think we can just let Burner take the lot here, because I want to get him up to full as soon as possible. Although, we'll give Laser the energy, and then Burner can get the health and the Mega Crash. Lovely. We're coming up on the boss now. Now, just to show you how powerful Laser is, one shot basically takes away 1 bar of the boss's health. Laser is an absolutely lethal character to use on bosses, but as I say, utterly useless in normal gameplay. So, on to mission 5, the desert. We're not going to unlock any more characters for a while, so we have to make do with what we've got from now on. We have one more character who has homing missiles, but he won't join us until the final level. So for the time being, we just got to focus on upgrading our other guys. So yeah, the palm trees here can be detonated in order to get bonus items. So that's useful. So you've got to always keep an awareness of how every character is doing and just top up their health and everything as and when required. You know, careful you don't waste power-ups, because you want to make the most of everything that's available to you. Go in here, and now let's see. We'll give these to Rifle, I think. There we go. And you know what? I'm just going to use a Mega Crash because those tanks are very dangerous, as you can see. Yeah. Dangerous and stubborn. Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to restore my health because that tank did a bit of damage. Now that would completely fill my energy if need be, but I don't need that right now, so I'm going to save up my medals for later on, when we hit some real trouble. Tanks are far and away the most difficult enemy in this game, just because of the sheer amount of time it takes to knock them out. Alright. We don't want to be too dependent on one character, so I'm going to upgrade Rifle here. Not every tree can be blown up, so I think it was just that one there. Oh, there's a jeep for us to commandeer. Now, what we want to do here is take out these, because the whole row here will have medals for us. But that's the end of the row. The last two on the row do not have anything in them, so there's no point blowing them up. Yep, that's the end of the row, so nothing to get there. Here you've got to watch out, because whereas before it was medals, this time it's mostly dynamite, I think. And you notice how the dynamite ones blow up much quicker than the medal ones as well, just to encourage you to... just to encourage misadventure. Right. Now in the centre here is a health pack. And we'll get that for Burner, because he's struggling a little bit. So, another chance to buy some power-ups here. So, we will get a weapon power-up, and we'll give that to Rifle. And we'll get another Mega Crash. We'll give that to Laser. Who needs health? Let's see. Yeah, we'll give that to Rifle. Okay, done. On we go. Gotta watch out for those grenades that get thrown over at you. They can really catch you out if you're not careful. Okay. Now, there's another secret coming up shortly. So watch carefully. First of all, over here, get the Mega Crash, and now that yellow health box is there, but how do we get to it? Well, observe. This little barricade here, you just wriggle in the first part. And there's our health kit. So we'll give that to Launcher. He's the only one that needs health at the moment. Again, same way we came in, just wriggle our way out, take out the dynamite. Okay, I think we'll give that to Rifle. So what you want to do with these tanks is try and find an angle where you can just continually shoot at them without them being able to hit you. You notice how he sometimes fire the missile straight, sometimes fire it at an angle. So try and find the right angle where the missile is going to miss you. There we go. We're coming up on the boss here, I think. Yes. There we go. So it's a series of bikers first of all, but this is only the first phase of the boss. The real boss is still to come. Now jeeps. This is the actual boss now. So again, we're going to bring out Laser. Not quite as effective on this boss as he was on the last one, but you know, he did a bit of damage there. The difficulty comes with this boss having 3 different sections. So Burner's just been knocked out, but that's okay. Next level we'll be able to get an elixir quite early on. The level is clear. So losing Burner there was a bit of a sore one, but we can get him back almost immediately. Mission 6, the streets. So we just have to be very careful for the next couple of steps. There we go. Now don't worry, despite its seeming to flash, this water is not radioactive or anything, so you're not going to take damage by staying in it too long. That's not the case later on though. There is oil later on that will damage you, but not here thankfully. Okay, and into the tent. Now, luckily we kept the elixir, so we can bring Burner back straight away. And let's give him a weapon power up too. Now, we're not going to buy the information because we don't need to waste the money, but what I would say is that had we bought the secret information, it would tell us that there is a gas mask in this level, and I will point out how to get to that once we reach it. For the time being, let's bring Burner back in. Took a bit of damage there. Right, my weapon is now at full power, and Rifle isn't far behind either. Now this is where we want to be careful because these are gas clouds. In fact, I'm just going to Mega Crash this just to be safe. We want to avoid the gas. Burner's weapon is good not only for taking out enemy targets, but also for helping to take down the take down any incoming fire as well. Now, let's give these to Laser. Right, he doesn't need the weapon power up, so we'll give that to Rifle. Life Extender, we'll give that to Laser. And we'll bring Burner back in. And here is another Flak Jacket, which we'll give to Rifle. Now, I'm going to give that to Burner, because he's running a little low at the minute. Okay, so we'll give these to Rifle, and that will bring his gun up to full power as well. As you can see, his rifle now covers a far wider range than it did before. Back to Burner. It's important to know when to switch out your characters in this game, one of the most important things. Now, let's bring the Laser back in. There we go. So on to mission 7 now. Just 2 missions to go. The port. So right away here, we want to switch back to Burner. Now we're going to give that to Launcher. I think if we go over this way, yep, there's a secret here. If we can just keep our firepower on this. We go in here. And there's some extra health and a mega crash. And then over here, there's a gas mask. That will make us immune to the toxic gas coming from those trucks. There's another power up here. So it's a weapon power up this time. Again, all these little secrets are just good to know. Okay, that truck's taken out. Now with these trucks, it's very important that you keep your firepower focused on them, even if there are soldiers shooting at you, because the soldiers' bullets will do far less damage than the rockets will. So keep your firepower focused on the trucks at all times. Okay, now you notice here we have a very cheap health power up, which we're going to give to Laser because he's in trouble. And with the 14 that we have left, we will restore Rifle's health. So that puts us in good stead for the level ahead. Now, another little secret here. So, first aid kit, which we will give to Laser. And a gas mask, which we'll give to Rifle. Now, I could be wrong, but I think there are only 2 gas masks in the whole game, so I think that might be our lot in terms of gas masks. So again, always keep your focus on the bigger targets. Okay, flak jacket, which we will give to Laser, because he's more useful than Launcher. Apologies if there's any Launcher fans watching, I don't think the character's a particularly useful character, if I'm being quite honest. His weapon is very limited range, he's slow, yeah. Even fully upgraded, his weapon is still vastly inferior to the others in my opinion. But he's a good sort of last resort character if you're needing to just blow things up quickly. Okay. So again, think strategically with your power-ups and think who really needs them. Switch back to Burner. Oh, Launcher is painfully slow. Okay. There's some speed boots, which I think we know who should get those. Okay, and we are now heading up towards the... well, we're not quite at the boss yet, but we're making progress. The boss of this level can be really difficult if you know, if your strongest character gets taken out too quickly, you're in trouble. That's why I've been trying to build up Rifle and Burner in equal measure, so that I've got 2 sort of heavy hitters if need be. Okay, into the shop. Now we've only got 8 medals, so I don't think there's much we can do here. In fact, all we can do really is buy a Mega Crash. And we'll give that to Laser. Out we go. Another secret over here. Burner is better for these. Whilst the poison gas itself won't damage you if you've got the gas mask on, if you take any, you know, the actual impact of the rocket will still hurt you, so you've got to watch out for that even still. So first of all, we want to take out these little guns here. And then watch out for the rocket turrets. I'm going to switch characters here because I'm taking a bit of damage. There we go. Now moving along. This boss has several stages. Now the oil is seeping out of the ship and that is going to cause us damage, so I'm going to use up all of Launcher's equipment quickly and get him out the way. Get Rifle back in, who has protection from the gas. And this is now the main thrust of the boss. Pretty simple as long as you've got enough Mega Crashes saved up, but potentially tricky if you don't find those gas masks, because the black oil will eat away your health very quickly. Right, final level. Here we go. The enemy hideout. As you can see, with missile turrets right at the start, there's a clear declaration of how this level's going to play out. Go with Rifle until I can find some health. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so I think this is where we get the final member of our team. Yep, homing. So called because he shoots homing missiles. Ah, and there's a cheap weapon upgrade, which we will give to homing, because he only needs 3 to max himself out, so, okay. So the homing missiles are exclusive to this version of the game. We want a fast character here because these carts can be very dangerous. But by traversing back and forth we can get a lot more medals, which will be more useful later on. Now here, very important that you blow up these planes before you try and walk past them, because the machine gun fire coming out of the front of them is basically an impenetrable shield that will rip you apart if you try and go through it. Well, not literally rip you apart, this isn't Mortal Kombat, but you get my point. Okay. Here, you want to take these out from distance because you do not want to be caught in the crossfire. Right, laser would probably be a good one for this. There we go, nice and quick. I think you see what I mean there about the danger of the crossfire, how much damage that inflicted, and you know, laser only took 2 hits there and it basically tanked half his energy bar, so. Another flak jacket. We'll give that to, let's give it to Launcher. Poor guy's been through enough. Right, okay. Back to Rifle. Okay, he's down. We can go onward now. I'll just check over here, make sure we're not missing any items. Nope. Okay. I know I see I'm getting a bit overzealous with these Mega Crash attacks, but, you know, they're there to be used, and we're on the last level, so we're not going to have too much more use for them, so... Because the one slightly disappointing thing about this game is that the last boss is ridiculously easy. It's just getting there that's the hard part. Now we're into the final section of the game now. Now, what you want to do is wait for this dynamite to blow up. And in here, secret shop, where everything is only 1. So, nice cheap goodies. And I think that might be the last shop of the game. So we'll just have to move on from there. But we've got enough now to get this finished, I'm sure. And we do have to watch out for some electric tripwires coming up here in a minute. As you can see, it's clearly inspired by the last level of the arcade game, but it's a unique design. You know, the developers of this game went to a lot of trouble to add value. They were aware that the arcade game might have been a bit too short for a full-price console game. This sort of blackout area is quite interesting as well. Health in the corner there, as long as you know where to look. There's another crate over there, which we will get to shortly. Just make sure I'm not missing anything over here. No. Okay. We'll heal Laser because he's going to be more important for the last boss. Okay. You got to shoot these little doorways to stop, because enemies will just spawn out of those infinitely if you don't blow them up. Now here are the tripwires, so what you want to do is just stop right in front of it, and when it goes off, move forward. It needs a very delicate touch. Might be another secret over here. Dynamite is usually a good sign that something's being concealed. Yep, there's a Mega Crash. Haha, and the dynamite respawns just to keep things interesting. Not long now. Now onto the lift or elevator or whatever, platform, whatever you want to call it. Watch out for these lasers. Okay. I think that's the last one, thankfully. We're on some health here, so that's handy. And this is the last boss, and it is remarkably simple. All you have to do is avoid these missiles, and when you see the nuclear missile coming up, just shoot it. Can't shoot it yet. It will, yeah, it's taking damage now. So just hit it with everything you've got. And it's down. So, that is the game complete. I say the only slight disappointment is that that last boss really isn't much of a boss, it's more just target practice. So we get the congratulations ending. A bit more to the ending though, because when you see the end credits here, it shows you the locations of the secrets in each mission. So mission 1 right at the start, there's where we got the extra medals. Some extra secrets here in level 2. So that's a nice little bonus for clearing the game, and it gives it replay value as well, because you want to go back now and see all of these. That was the the walk of faith that we did, and yeah, it's really good that that Capcom took the trouble to essentially create another game using the same assets and package it in with Mercs. I mean, they could have just released the arcade port and charged full price for that, but you know, even in 1990, you know, people would have been aware of that, I think. Companies today wouldn't hesitate to do that, but back in the day, Capcom actually had some, you know, they had some integrity, and they're still a company that aren't as egregious as a lot of others, but you know, still don't trust them fully. They did a bit of a number on Street Fighter with all the monetization in number 6, but anyway. So you see here, more of these secrets. We uncovered most of them in the playthrough, but I think there was 1 or 2 I might have missed. So feel free to go and look those up in your own time. And I think the last one we see here is that final shop where everything was 1 credit. Yes. Just over here. Yeah. So that is the end. That is Mercs original mode. If you enjoyed that, please remember to like, share, subscribe, all the usual nonsense. And I'll see you again soon here on Tartan Samurai Gaming. Thank you for watching. See you next time.